She not talking to me. Like, that's me at work sometimes.
Don't you have time for me, bitch, else that be on your mind. Long as you got your cars and doors to drive, I should've known I couldn't get your time.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zahria, if you don't know me, and in today's video, we're doing like a get ready with me for bottle service, and I'm just gonna talk about basically how to get hired as a bottle girl. I know it's like a very trending topic right now, so we're gonna be talking about how to get hired as a bottle girl, especially like in a big city like Miami, and kind of like just shed some light that it's not like the most glamorous job. Like, I definitely want to like give y'all the real about becoming a bottle girl. So yeah, I'm basically just getting ready while I talk to y'all about that, and I'm in a rush. I really gotta go, so we just gonna get into it. Like this video if you like this video, comment below, and of course subscribe to my channel. And if you're interested in learning about becoming a bottle girl and the real tea on being a bottle girl, then keep watching. Okay y'all, so I'm gonna start putting my wig on because honestly I just refuse to do this whole video putting my makeup on and not having a wig on. If you watched my last video, then you know this is like my go-to when I'm in a rush, and right now I'm in a rush. I literally have like an hour to get ready. It's about to be 8 o'clock. It's 7:53 right now. I have to be at work at 9 o'clock. But yeah, this is my go-to, the even lace bond for like when I'm in a rush. I'm gonna just speed through this part because I can't talk while I'm like blow drying this down. So what you're gonna see me do is spray this and then blow dry it down, and then we're gonna get into it. I'm about to use my Got2b so that my lace doesn't look all white and crazy. I just want y'all to know that that wig install took me 8 minutes and 16 seconds, okay? It's literally been that long since I started recording. In my last video, I showed y'all how to install a wig in under 20 minutes, but that was under 10 minutes, okay? So let's get into what this video is actually gonna be about, and it's really more so about how to become a bottle girl. I always mention in my videos like I'm a bottle girl, but I never really talk about it. I mean, I have talked about it on my channel before, but we gonna really get into it in this video. I'm actually getting ready to go to work right now, which is why I'm rushing. So if I don't list all of my makeup products, it's because I'm in a rush. So basically in this video, I'm gonna kind of just be telling y'all like my journey with bottle service and kind of like give tips and tricks that I've learned along the way, if that makes sense. I started doing bottle service in, I want to say it was April of 2021. So this April will make it 2 years that I've been a bottle girl. And if I tell you like how much I've learned in this industry, like, I don't know, I just feel like you wouldn't even believe me. But yeah, so my first bottle service job was in Orlando. If you have watched, you know, my videos, you know I used to live in Orlando. I just recently moved to Miami back in, was that August? I don't even remember, but I just recently moved to Miami and I still do bottle service here. So how I got into bottle service, I was working a retail job. I had just graduated college and moved to Orlando, and this was kind of like fresh out of the pandemic. I just really wasn't happy with my job. I try to do really well at anything I do in life. Like I try to be the best at whatever I'm doing. So I was actually very good at my job. I was the manager, but I just like really hated it, like, to be honest. It really wasn't giving what I wanted it to give. Like, retail just was not for me. Like, I was good at it. I was great at it, but it just was not for me. And I actually had a friend back when I lived in New York who did bottle service, and I was kind of just always interested in doing bottle service ever since I was in college. So long story short, y'all probably don't even know this, my little sister is a DJ, so we started going out. Like, she was connecting with people on Instagram, you know, because we were kind of like new to Orlando. We didn't really know nobody. We didn't know where to go out. Like, we didn't know anything. So my sister was connecting with people on Instagram and, you know, going to different clubs to like meet different DJs and stuff. So we ended up meeting somebody who invited us to their club. Honestly, I still to this day don't really know what her title was. She wasn't really like a promoter, but I think she ran like the social media of the club, like a social media manager of this club. Anyway, so I ended up, my sister ended up meeting her, and through my sister I ended up meeting her, and we would like, you know, go like support her events and stuff. So, you know, we would like pull up and stuff, and so I would see the bottle girls and I was like, yeah, I want to do that. Mind you, I'm still working retail. So I'm still working retail, and I end up asking her like, you know, like basically like, can I have a job? Like, I want to work here. She was like, yeah. And this is where we get into our first kind of like tip. about being a bottle girl and how to get hired as a bottle girl is you need to be persistent. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I had to ask this girl every week about a job, and it took a while before I finally got the opportunity to apply, you know? So I'm talking every week we going to this club, and I'm seeing her every week, and I'm like, put me on, put me on, put me on. And so finally she ends up putting me on. Like, one week she would like get my Instagram, then I wouldn't really hear nothing. Then the next week she would like be like, oh yeah, I have your Instagram. I passed over your Instagram, and then I wouldn't hear anything. Like, so it was just a lot of like, it was a lot of runaround, you know? But also she got her own stuff going on. Like, she's not really worried about me getting a job, you know? So anyways, she finally ends up setting me up with like an interview. Now this is rule number 2. Now, I'm not saying that you have to follow this. This is what I did, but you don't have to do this. Most clubs, they want girls who are experienced, girls who have experience. Now, I just moved down here from New York, never been a bottle girl before, but I know I wanted that job and I knew I could do it. Bottle service is not hard, you guys. Like, all you really gotta know how to do is math. And sometimes you don't even have to know how to do that. And just have customer service, smile and look cute, and know how to upsell, like, you know, things like that. It's really not hard. And I knew that I could do all of those things because in retail, I had to do all of those things, you know? So I knew I could do it, but I didn't want them to deny me for not having experience. So I had experience. If you know what I'm saying, then you know what I'm saying. So I pull up to the interview. They literally only asked me like 2 questions, and then they set me up to start. So that was my first bottle girl job, although they don't know that. And I killed it, I'm not gonna lie. I did learn a lot along the way. One thing that you do have to know if you're interested in becoming a bottle girl is some clubs will treat you like a princess, and some clubs will treat you like the bottom of their shoe. By the way, that pencil I just used was like a $1 pencil from the beauty supply store, and I used the LA Girl Pro Concealer to outline my eyebrows. But anyways, some clubs will really treat you like they'll let you know how replaceable you are. Like, they just won't value you, you know? And I learned that through kind of like my journey of like doing bottle service, that some clubs will value you and just like really, like, I've worked at clubs where I pull up and the valet guy is outside waiting for me to give him my car and my keys so he could go valet my car. And like, at the end of the night, we don't even have to clean up. I'm talking, we come to work and we sell bottles and we don't even have to clean up because there's people for that. Like, you know, like, it's just very much princess treatment, you know? But yeah, the first club that I worked at was not like that. The first club that I worked at was very like, y'all are replaceable, we don't care about y'all. Like, I'm keeping it real. Like, so if you're interested in becoming a bottle girl, there's no way to really know how that club is gonna treat you until you're already in it. And sometimes you just deal with it because you make your money. Like, it's just kind of like, that was where I was at, you know? Like, the club that I was working at was very, it was toxic. Like, it was just not a good environment. I did end up quitting my retail job. Long story short, I asked them to give me, like, let me work mornings on the weekends. Like, let me open the store so that I could like go to my other job. And they wasn't having it, so I quit. And like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, you know, I've been doing YouTube for a little minute now, and that was like a big reason why I quit that retail job, was because I felt like it was taken away from me posting on here, like on my social media, because I was working like all the time, you know, like, and when I wasn't working, I was tired. With bottle service, don't get me wrong, you're still always tired, but I was only working 3 days a week. So it's like the other days I could be posting, I could be doing content. So to me, when I asked my boss if I could open on Saturdays, and she told me no, and then proceeded to tell me that I needed to prioritize, I prioritized and I quit. And I did what I felt like was best for me. But anyways, back to bottle service. Long story short, that first club was toxic. But if you want to be a bottle girl, one thing that is really helpful is if you know somebody. Like, if you know somebody who can get you in, bug them until they get you in. Like, I mean, it might be annoying, but like, I mean, we was cool, so I don't feel like she was annoyed. I feel like she just had a lot on her plate, and I just had to keep reminding her. But yeah, like, if you know somebody who can get you in, whether you know another bottle girl or you know just anybody who is affiliated with the club that you want to work at, and you know they have like the type of pool to like get you hired, take advantage of that. Now, that's not always the case, and we're gonna get into that now. While I was still working at the club in Orlando, I had family in Miami. My family is from Miami. So me living in Orlando, I would always come to Miami to visit them. So that club was getting real toxic. I'm not gonna get into the details, but it was getting crazy. So right around like my birthday time, it was just like, I was going through it. Like, when I tell you, I was literally like, I had something happen to my car. I had to pay $1,500 to fix my car. Like I was going through it around my birthday. I canceled my birthday trip. Like it was real bad, right? So I ended up coming to Miami to chill with my family. Didn't even do anything for my birthday. They actually ended up surprising me. That was cute. So while I was out here, I was like, I want to work in Miami. Like I was just like, I'm not working in Orlando no more. So I'm DMing clubs, I'm going to clubs, I'm pulling up. That's another way you can get hired as a bottle girl, is just pull up. Obviously you don't want to pull up when it's like a lot going on. Like you want to pull up when the club just opens, or like, you know, like, cause honestly when there's a lot going on, like there's tables coming in, there's people coming in, there's money coming in, nobody's worried about giving you a job. Like that's just me keeping it 100. Like nobody's worried about giving you a job while the club is up and running, you know? So come early, like as soon as the club opens, like when nobody's in there, ask for a manager. I mean, every club is different, but my advice is don't talk to like the door people or the security, because they're not the ones hiring you. Speak to a manager and don't leave until you speak to a manager. Obviously don't be rude about it, but you know, some people will be like, oh, we're not hiring, or like, and it's just like, you're not even the one doing the hiring. So it's like, why are you talking to me? So obviously don't be rude about it, but figure it out. Like when I got my first job in Miami, I pulled up and ended up talking to a manager, and I ended up getting that job. I feel like the #1 rule to becoming a bottle girl is just fake it till you make it. Like act like you belong, okay? Like I'm supposed to be here, like, you know? But yeah, so that's the second way. The first way was to, if you know somebody, use that. The second way to get hired as a bottle girl would be to pull up. Pull up and don't take no for an answer. And the third way, so after I stopped working at that club, I ended up going to a whole nother club where I also kind of like walked into and had to apply to. That club was like that was probably one of the most like unprofessional clubs that I worked at. They weren't mean to us though. It was just very unprofessional. Like I could tell that people did not communicate with each other. Like it would be days where I'm coming in to work to cover somebody, and the manager who told me to come in didn't tell the manager who would be there, so they didn't know I was supposed to be working. Like it just was very unorganized, okay? But that was another club that I walked into. So after that, I ended up going to another like big club in Miami. And this is now the third way that you can get hired as a bottle girl. They actually posted that they're hiring. So follow the clubs that you want to work at and pay attention to when they're hiring, because they'll post and they'll have like a casting call or whatever. I really freaking hate casting calls. Like I'd rather just talk to one person, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. One tip for if you are gonna go this route to get hired by a club, try to like take cute pictures. You don't have to be Instagram famous, but like try to, you know, take cute pictures. They want to know what you look like. At the end of the day, this is a very shallow industry, and they're really just gonna look at you and they want to know, they want to be able to like see you as a bottle girl in their establishment, you know? So 100% like make sure that your pictures are cute. Like try to take cute pictures, even if it's just like a couple selfies or cute outfits. Like, you know, just be that it girl. Like that goes back to the whole like fake it till you make it kind of thing. Like they want to hire somebody that the niggas is gonna come to the club for, you know? Like she looks good, the guys are gonna come, she's gonna make them spend money. That's what the clubs really want to see. This concealer, by the way, is a pretty fresh concealer by ColourPop. I like to do a couple layers of this concealer. I don't even know how many layers I did because I was sitting here talking to y'all. But yeah, so anyways, definitely like faking it till you make it. Confidence is key. And those are like kind of like the 3 ways that you can get hired as a bottle girl. Now I do want to kind of like touch on like the pros and cons of being a bottle girl. Like I said, some clubs, they're just not nice to you. I'm kind of like a person where like I'ma just go to work, make my money and go home. Like I have a bigger reason for being here. Like I don't plan on being a bottle girl forever. This is just a good way for me to like make money while working as little as possible so that I can do my content, you know? So like to me, I'm here for something bigger than like me just wanting to do bottle service. I have kind of a strategy. So when I'm not really being treated right or whatever, I just kind of like look the other way, because it's just like y'all not about to like bully me out of me following my strategy and kind of like the goals that I've set for myself, you know? So there's that. You're not really always treated the best. There's things that happen in ways that we're spoken to, like in group chats, in person, where it's just like, you know that TikTok where Krishan is like, she not talking to me. Like that's me at work sometimes. Like I be at work like, they not talking to me. Like they must be talking to somebody else because they not talking to me. Luckily, it's kind of always like at the group and not so much at the individual, so it's kind of easier to ignore. But yeah, there's definitely that. Another downside is that your sleep schedule is gonna suck. Like, I'm not even lying to you, like your sleep schedule is gonna suck because you're basically working a night shift. That was the Fenty Beauty setting powder in banana that I just used. And then I'm gonna use the Hoola Toasted Bronzer by Benefit. I definitely dropped it, and it's literally, the mirror in here is cracked, the makeup is cracked, but it's cool. But anyways, yeah, your sleep schedule is gonna suck, especially when you first start. You're gonna be tired all the time. Me, when I first started, one of the biggest things for me was obviously my sleep schedule, and two, I don't smoke. Most clubs let people smoke in the club, and like the air is very like smoky. I don't know how to explain it, but that used to like make me lose my voice a lot. I still lose my voice a lot. You know, yelling over the music, inhaling people smoke all night. Those are definitely kind of like not the best. Also, as a bottle girl, you're kind of like seen as like an object. But I mean, you can kind of like let them know what's up, you know, like don't, like, I don't like to be touched, I don't like to be grabbed, like, you know, so like I'm not rude to anybody, but like if I feel like somebody's about to get a little too touchy, I'd be like, stop. I'd be like, don't do that. Like, and then we back to getting lit, pouring shots. But like, I will stop for a moment and let them know, like, hey, stop. You know that TikTok? Hey, stop. I literally speak in TikTok. Oh, real quick, back to, I know I'm like jumping around, but like I think it's just because I'm rushing, so my mind is all over the place. But make sure you have a resume for a bottle service so that whenever you're applying to these jobs, even if you're just DMing the club, you actually don't even have to wait until they're hiring to DM them. Like, you can just find the club you want to work at and still DM them. My kind of like template for DMing a club is to just be like, hey, are you guys hiring? I'm interested. You know, I have experience. If you need my resume, I can get that to you. I have clients. Clubs want to know that you have clients. Like, I have clientele. They want to know that you have people who you're going to book to come to the club to spend money with you. You know, like, you're going to make the club money. They want to see you as an asset. So if you list that you have experience and you have clientele, and then they go to your page and you cute, it's just like, that's everything they want, you know? Real quick, I'm gonna do my eyeliner and my lashes real quick, just because I can't really talk while I do that. And it's definitely 8:28, so let me do that and then I'm gonna come back. Okay, so I went ahead and styled my hair too. I know I did more than I said I was gonna do, but I'm gonna rush. And now I'm using Max Cork lip liner to do my lips real quick. I've just been using my concealer as a lipstick because I'm in the market for a new lipstick. And then I use my Fenty lip gloss. Gotta set the makeup. But yeah, y'all, so that's basically it. There's so much more I could say on this topic, but I'll have to make another video because it's just a lot. It's a lot that I've learned along the way. It's a lot that I've realized. Like, it's just a lot. So if you guys are interested in knowing more about that, then definitely comment below. I'm gonna end the video here because I gotta go. I'm late as hell. Like, I literally just called my Uber because I need to hurry up. But yeah, this is like my rushed hair and makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.